Dear students, today's class is sleep. This topic we will go in 3 sessions. Shall we start with the first session? The objectives of today's class will be to know what is sleep-wake cycle, what is the control of sleep-wake cycle, what are the factors that affect sleep, what is sleep period, what are the types of sleep, what are the stages of sleep, what is non-REM sleep, to know the stages and EEG patterns of non-REM sleep, physiological changes during non-REM sleep, behavioral changes during non-REM sleep, as well as intellectual changes. So what is sleep? Sleep refers to a temporary state of unconsciousness from which the individual can be aroused by sensory or other stimuli. Have you heard of coma? What happens in coma? We go to an unconscious state, we cannot be aroused at all. But in case of sleep, it is a temporary, mandatory, cyclical phenomena that is essential for us to do some work, important physiological mechanisms in the body. So that is sleep. It is a temporary state of unconsciousness from which the individual can be aroused by sensory or other stimuli. What happens during the sleep? The stimulus pulse transfer becomes less frequent between the reticular formation and the cerebral cortex. Do you remember the reticular formation? What is the importance of reticular formation? This is very important it is a gatekeeper of sensory information, isn't it? And it is very important for the alert arousal phenomena. We are awake and alert because of the activation of your reticular formation. So during sleep, what happens? This reticular formation shuts down. That is what is happening. Shall we go further? So now, what is sleep-wake cycle? Every 24 hours, we have a circadian rhythm, isn't it? So we sleep, we wake up, we sleep, we wake up. That is what is happening. So every 24 hours, we have a wake-up period, we have a sleep period. This is called a sleep-wake cycle. So what is the duration of the sleep-wake cycle? It is 7 to 8 hours of sleep and 16 to 17 hours of wakefulness. In newborns, we will have many cycles of the sleep and wakefulness. After the age of 2, then it becomes like an adult pattern. What is the control of the sleep-wake cycle? Why do we have this sleep-wake cycle? Do you remember suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is the nucleus which is present in the anterior hypothalamus, and this is the one which switches between this night and the day, isn't it? And it causes a circadian rhythm. So how it gets switched up? How it causes this mechanism of sleep inducing or awakening? So this switch, how does it occur? It is due to the external timing cues, and these are called as Zeitgebers, that is time givers. Most important one is your sunlight. So how does it what is the pathway? It is a reticular hypothalamic tract. So this is the one which is having a control or action over the suprachiasmatic nucleus of your hypothalamus, and it enshrines in production of melatonin from the pineal gland, and this melatonin, if it is present, it causes sleep that occurs during the night. So this is the control. This is the biological control, the circadian rhythm of sleep-wake cycle. So when do we fall asleep? What are the factors that affect sleep? So if we have a darkened room, comfortable temperature, it is silent, there is a physical relaxation, mental relaxation, there is consumption of a basic urge such as an hunger or a sex. When there is a low frequency stimulation like patting, knocking a cradle, and sitting in a moving vehicle. So all these things will induce sleep. If you are in an anxiety state and there is an emotional trauma or a stimuli, there is an activation of RAS and there is a lot of epinephrine there, and you do not sleep. So these are the factors that affect sleep. So there is a sleep period and there is a sleep cycle. So in a normal adult individual, the average sleep period is 7 to 8 hours. How many hours do you sleep? 7 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours? So we got to have 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So in this you have two sleeps. One is REM sleep and another one is a non-REM sleep. REM sleep means a rapid eye movement sleep, which constitutes 2 hours, and non-REM sleeps, which constitutes 6 hours. So of these 8 hours, non-REM sleeps, that is non-rapid eye movement sleep, constitutes 6 hours, and REM sleep constitutes 2 hours. This REM sleep and non-REM sleep occurs in a cyclical fashion. First there is a non-REM sleep, then comes a REM sleep, then comes a non-REM sleep, then comes a REM sleep, like that. So like this, as 5 cycles occur during your sleep period. So non-REM sleep and REM sleep alternate with each other, and orderly progression of sleep stages occur. So now we know there is 5 sleep cycles during the night when you sleep. So one sleep cycle, what is the duration? The average duration of one sleep cycle is 72, the range is 70 to 120 minutes, and the average is about 90 minutes. So during the 90 minutes, you have this non-sleep and REM sleep, non-REM sleep and REM sleep, like that. So one cycle constitutes your 90 minutes. So now already I told you what are the types of sleep. So the types of sleep is non-REM sleep, that is non-rapid eye movement sleep, and rapid eye movement sleep, that is called as REM sleep. Now we know one sleep cycle, that means a cycle of non-REM sleep and REM sleep, which constitutes 90 minutes, average 90 minutes, isn't it? So now we will know what is the duration for the non-REM sleep, what is the duration for REM sleep. So if you look into the non-REM sleep, it is the 85 minutes, that is the largest of the portion, and the smallest of the portion is your REM sleep, which is around 5 minutes, which is out of this total 90 minutes. When we look into the non-REM sleep, this constitutes 4 stages. Like you're going to sleep, you're drowsy, you're going to the bed, you're feeling like sleeping, then you get into the sleep. So the first stage is there, second stage is there, third stage is there, and the fourth stage comes. So you have 4 stages, like from lighter to the deeper stages of sleep. So stage 3 and 4 are called as deeper stages of sleep. This will be the duration. Now we are going to talk about the duration of these stages. So when we look into the duration, the deeper stages, that is the later stages of sleep, in the first cycle it will be more. In the second cycle it will be less, third cycle much less, fourth cycle, fifth cycle very less or not at all there. So deeper stages, stage 3 and stage 4 disappears or become very, very less during when you are going to wake up. What happens to the second stage? So there is a second stage which is of a particular duration, and it slowly increases over the cycle. When we go into the fifth cycle, that is when you are going to wake up, the second stage will be of more duration. You got it? So what is the duration of non-REM sleep? It is 85 minutes in one cycle. So now we will look into the comparison of percentage of duration of REM and non-REM sleep. So of the entire sleep period, REM sleep constitutes 25%, 50% is constituted by your second stage of non-REM sleep. As morning approaches, the individual may be periodically awakened during the later sleep cycles. We know when we are nearing the morning, okay, you get up, go to the washroom, come back again, sleep. So that happens during the later sleep cycles. So you have a variation in the sleep cycles. So it occurs in certain circumstances. In adults, there can be onset of sleep with REM sleep. Usually sleep is the onset of sleep occurs with a non-REM sleep. So these circumstances in which there is variation are like jet lag, chronic sleep deprivation, narcolepsy, acute withdrawal of REM suppressing drugs, endogenous depressions, all these conditions. There can be also variation in the total sleep duration. So average sleep time per day differs according to the age. This is very important. During infancy it is 16 hours instead of 7 to 8 hours which we have in the adults. It is 16 hours. In the childhood, as the child is growing up, 10 hours. Adulthood, 7 to 8 hours. In the old age it decreases, less than 8 hours. This is very important for the physiological mechanisms of growth, metabolism, and increased neuronal activities that is occurring in the children as they grow up. So now we knew there is an effect of age. As we age up, the sleep duration goes down, isn't it? So there is a variation in the time period of different stages of sleep. So what is the effect of the age? So prematurely born infants 80% of REM sleep, full term and 50% REM sleep, puberty 1.5 to 2 hours REM sleep, adulthood 8 hours of sleep, old age very high variability in the type and duration of the sleep occurs, 60 years the slow wave sleep or the non-REM sleep may longer be present, particularly in men. So now shall we have a short recapture? What did we see? We saw what is sleep. We knew what is sleep-wake cycle, circadian rhythm, what are the factors that will affect sleep, and we looked into the duration of sleep, duration of sleep cycle, how many cycles we have during a sleep, and what is the duration of REM sleep, what is the duration of non-REM sleep, and what is the variations with respect to age. So do you remember? Yes. So now we will go into the non-REM sleep, which is called as non-rapid eye movement sleep. The other name for it is slow wave sleep. So what is the slow wave sleep? We know already the EEG, isn't it? Electroencephalogram. In that, if you record the waves during sleep, we know we have a particular pattern of EEG waves. So these pattern of waves are slow in nature, slow frequency. The frequency is very low or less, and hence it is called as slow wave sleep. So now we are going into non-REM sleep. What is non-REM sleep? So you are awake, working all through the day, at the night going to bed. So now you are drowsy, you are going to go into your sleep. So what happens is your sleep starts with the non-REM sleep. So it is the first hour of sleep you have this non-REM sleep. During first 1.5 hours to 2 hours also it can be. A non-REM sleep will be there. That stage will be there. So it is a rest type of sleep. Consciousness is reduced in this state. Then it will get altered with your REM sleep. So the sleep waves here are very, very slow waves we get than the alert state. So we want to know much about this non-REM sleep. So we will discuss non-REM sleep under the following headings. Under 4 headings we will see. First is the stages and the EEG pattern of non-REM sleep. Second one is the physiological changes during non-REM sleep. Third one is behavioral changes. And fourth one is intellectual changes. So first we are going to see about the stages and EEG patterns of non-REM sleep. When I told you already, we are awake, then we go into sleep. So when we are awake and we are not doing any activity, we are at rest, the predominating EEG pattern is alpha wave. So now what we have is the stages. So this non-REM sleep, first is the awake state. When it is calm, we have the alpha-like activity. Then you have the stage 1 where the EEG waves or the waves becomes much less in frequency. Then you have the stage 2, then you have the stage 3, then you have the stage 4. So you have 4 stages of non-REM sleep. Then you get altered with your REM sleep. This is one sleep cycle. So now we will look into the stage 1 of non-REM sleep. That is, you have just entered the sleep. Okay, it is a stage of very light sleep. The EEG will show very low amplitude, mixed frequency activity. There is still considerable sensitivity to the sensory stimuli, but becomes drowsy. So now stage 2 of the non-REM sleep, it is also stage of light sleep. This is the predominating sleep sleep stage of non-REM sleep. So what happens in EEG is you have sleep spindles, that is waxing and waning occurs here. There is burst-like alpha-like activities of 10 to 14 Hertz frequency occurring with 50 microvolts amplitude. You have K complexes. So what is K complexes? Is when they recorded it, you're going to sleep, there is a knock. If you knock on the door, then there is a wave pattern that is occurring in the EEG. So K means knock complexes. So it is an alert like an activity there in the EEG. So it is 1 or 2 high voltage waves followed by a brief 14 Hertz activity. Auditory stimuli will awake it. I told you, a knock on the door. During sleep, a knock on the door will show you or get you this K complexes of your stage 2 of non-REM sleep. So stage 3 of non-REM sleep, it is a stage of moderate deep sleep. We can say stage 3 and stage 4 as a deep sleep of non-REM sleep. Okay, it's a deep sleep. So you have moderately deep sleep here. EEG waves will show the delta waves. Theta waves also can be seen. It's a high amplitude but slow waves, much slower waves than the stage 2 waves you will get here. So now we look into the stage 4 of non-REM sleep, which is stage of deep sleep. The EEG waves will show you the delta waves, dome-like activities, very slow waves, okay, than the first stage waves. There is synchronization occurs here, pattern of rhythmic slow waves are present. It's very difficult to wake up from the stage. So we looked into the stages of non-REM sleep, stage 1, 2, 3 and 4. We looked into the EEG complexes. What you got to remember is the alpha-like resting waves of moderate frequency. It becomes very slow, very slow in the last stages of your non-REM sleep. So you have your theta waves and the delta waves occurring in the later stages. So now we will look into the physiological changes during non-REM sleep. So your muscle tone decreases, heart rate, blood pressure are decreased, respiratory rate is also decreased, eyes begins to roll, rolling movement occurs until they will stop in the stage 4 of the deep sleep where it is rolled upwards. Body metabolism is lowered. Pituitary shows pulsatile release of growth hormone gonadotrophins. Increase in gastrointestinal activity occurs here. So now what about the behavioral changes? There is a progressive reduction in consciousness. You're becoming unaware, increasing resistance to being awakened, more difficult to wake up a person from stage 3 and stage 4 than from stage 1 and 2 of non-REM sleep. It is very difficult to wake up a young person than an elderly person because the elderly person spends very little time in stage 3 and 4 of non-REM sleep. They do not report dreaming. Some response to meaningful stimuli can occur even in the sleep. So we know it is very difficult to wake up a person from the stage 2 or stage 3 or stage 4 of non-REM sleep, and it's very difficult to awaken a younger person because he spends much time in stage 3 and 4 than an old person. So there is a discriminatory response during sleep to meaningful versus non-meaningful stimuli. Like for example, if you call our own name, like we do not have much alerting response to that, but if a baby is crying, then the mother becomes more alert to that crying sound. The ship in the ship, the captain wakes up when he hears the word iceberg. So there is a discriminative responses during sleep to the meaningful versus non-meaningful stimuli. So finally, the intellectual functions. So thought becomes illogical and incoherent. Retrograde amnesia occurs. You're just from wakefulness getting into sleep, isn't it? But you do not know what happened just before sleep. You don't remember anything. So there is an amnesia there. You do not know, you do not remember what happens just before you sleep. This is called as retrograde amnesia, which is occurring during sleep. So this is very important because sleep inactivates the consolidation of short-term into long-term memory. Examples of retrograde amnesia include inability to grasp the instant of sleep onset in memory, not remembering the ringing of alarm clock. So to summarize, what did we learn today? What is sleep? What is sleep-wake cycle? What is circadian rhythm? What is sleep cycle? What is the sleep duration? What are the types of sleep? What is non-REM sleep? What are the stages of non-REM sleep? And what are the EEG patterns? What are the changes that occur during non-REM sleep? So in the next session, we will go into the REM sleep. Thank you.